Tigger man, what's happening with you?
Pops.
What's going on?
It's good, man. How you feeling today?
I ain't feeling great, man. Another beautiful day. Beautiful day in the neighborhood.
Another beautiful day.
Yeah.
We're going to get right into the topics. Topic of the day, NBA talk. This playoff. The play-in is actually starting on today.
Yeah, tonight we got the play-in. We got the Hawks at the Magic. And we also got the Grizzlies at the Warriors.
Yes, sir. What you think? How you feel like this play-in going to turn out?
Well, the play-in, the Hawks got to step up. They haven't been playing well all season. They haven't been playing well for several seasons. And at this point, I don't see them beating the Magic. So I see the Magic winning and solidifying that number 7 seed.
Yeah. Well, you know, with 7th and 8th seeds, well, both of the games today, it's like that. Whoever, if they lose, they get one more chance, basically.
Yeah,
they get another chance at the 8th spot.
At the 8th spot, and I'm not really sure. That would be, if the Hawks lose today, they'll be playing against either the Heat or the Bulls.
Yep, exactly.
And I think the Bulls and the Heat game is going to be a real close one. It can go either way. I think the line on that is 1. Bulls -1. But that can go either way. If Miami catches Heat, they'll blow the Bulls away. The Bulls are your own team.
Well, we see how Miami been performing this whole season. Same way you talking about the Hawks.
Right.
So they got these 2 games today. You said we have the Hawks visiting Orlando Magic and Memphis Grizzlies at Golden State.
So what you think about the Memphis and Golden State game?
Oh, I got Golden State.
I got Golden State as well.
I got to ride with the Warriors.
So Golden State is 3-1 against Memphis this entire season. I think the last matchup with Memphis, Steph Curry had something like 52 points.
Wow.
So, but hey, Memphis can play, but I don't think they got actually enough to battle with the Hawks at the moment. I mean, with the Warriors at the moment. Yeah.
Yeah, I definitely don't think it's gonna be a long game for Memphis, in my opinion.
It's gonna be entertaining because Jack can bring all kind of energy to the game. If he can bring enough energy to get Memphis on a good run, but I still don't think they have enough defense or offense to battle the Warriors.
Yeah,
especially with the defense of Jimmy Butler and Draymond Green.
As you said, and it's crazy too because the Warriors, they're not really known to be a defensive team, but with this Butler addition, their defense has stepped up tremendously. And you match up against a team like the Grizzlies, high scoring, talking about just fast pace. I feel like the Warriors might go out there and put up 120, 130 something points on them.
Yeah, I'm looking at 120 at least. I'm looking for it to go over the line.
Yeah, definitely might go over the total.
Over.
Definitely think it might go over the total. Then, like you said, like you mentioned, you got that Ja Morant out there, man, out there throwing bombs. But he had to change. They the league gonna catch on to every celebration he make, man.
Everything he does is gonna be scrutinized by the league officials.
That man crazy.
Yeah, you got that right.
Pure entertainment.
So the next set of play-in games is gonna be Wednesday.
Right.
We say we got number 10 Heat against the number 9 Bulls, and number 10 Mavericks against the number 9 Kings, Sacramento Kings.
See, tomorrow, today, these games today, like you said, I do feel like Magic should, probably run through the Hawks. But the Hawks, I feel like they'll put up a battle. It might be a closer game than expected. But tomorrow, I feel like 2 exciting games that could go either way.
Right. the Heat and the Bulls, like we were saying earlier, all depend on which team you show up. The Bulls are young. The Heat has more experienced players, so that can go either way.
Exactly.
I think they gave the Bulls by 1 as the line, and Dallas Maverick and the Kings. That's going to be a real tough one as well. Especially with the play of Anthony Davis. But the thing is that Sacramento has Sabonis who actually can play with Anthony Davis. So that's going to...
It depends on what AD you get that game.
Right.
It depends on what Anthony Davis shows up.
And hopefully he doesn't get injured during the game.
Exactly.
If he gets injured, that's a wrap. But the Kings have won all 3 matchups against the Maverick this year.
I had to look at it. I didn't look at the previous matchups between these two teams, but more than likely, I'm pretty sure the Mavericks probably had a lot of starters out.
Most likely,
Anthony
Davis was hurt for a while.
Was, back when they did have Luka, but he was hurt as well. Kyrie injured. I mean, it's easier to beat a team without 3 of their starters.
Right.
So we'll see how this matchup fares tonight or tomorrow.
Yeah. And then we go into the weekend where the playoffs really start. That's when it starts to get hot.
Saturday, that's the first round of the playoffs. Tips off with Milwaukee Bucks at the Indiana Pacers.
Man, that's gonna be a good one. That's gonna be a good. I mean, that can go either way in my opinion as well. All depending on.
Well, Giannis.
Yeah, Giannis. But all depending on the Pacers. The Pacers are gonna have to play as a whole team against the Bucks.
Yeah, definitely.
Because the Bucks can almost just use Giannis by himself.
Like you said, it's 2 great teams though. I'm very this NBA playoffs is going to be interesting in my opinion. It's a whole lot of exciting games. I feel like a lot of these series could go to 6, maybe even 7 games.
Right. I'm looking at 6, at least on the Bucks and the Pacers. I'm looking at least 6.
Who would you lean more towards winning this series?
That series, I'm leaning toward the Bucks.
Bucks, okay.
Yeah, but the Pacers, they got a team that can do it. But
definitely do.
They, like I said, they got to play as a team. They can't miss a beat.
Pacers are actually solid. I mean, they have of course, a good starting 5, and they also have bench players who could be a starter on another team.
Right.
Pacers have
and they got their role players as well.
Another game on Saturday, we'll see the Clippers playing in Denver. Clippers not a team you can just overlook, but
you can't overlook them.
Denver, and the Nuggets. That's a solid squad as well. Then you got one of the MVP runners, Jokic.
Oh man, one of the MVP runners. He should have the MVP already wrapped up.
You think you got Jokic winning the MVP?
No, I don't, because he won it the last 2 years. And that's the only reason why I don't, they're not going to give it to him this year.
Well, you said he should already have it wrapped up. That's what I
should have had it wrapped up.
Sounds
he's
like
averaging a triple-double.
It sounds like that's who your MVP was for the year.
I mean, he's averaging a triple-double. Has that ever been done in the league? Average?
I think I seen a stat that was saying that first of all, he's the only center to average a triple-double how he has. And it's maybe
one other player, Oscar Robertson or somebody?
Two other players maybe. Just 3. They were saying it's only 3 NBA players to do what he has done this season. But, I mean...
And with only 3 players doing that, don't you think that's considerate of an MVP?
Man, that's why he's in the race. But should he win it?
Hey, we don't do the voting. But he got my vote.
I don't know. See, my vote, I might be a little biased. We say the same thing about NFL.
Yeah.
We was looking at Lamar, and they gave it to Josh.
True.
I'm looking at SGA.
I was looking at SGA as well, but a triple-double, averaging a triple-double.
Triple-double. But then again, I mean, it's a lot of great, ball players, like people who've been playing some good ball. Another kid, dude out of the Hawks, matter of fact, Atlanta.
Trae
Dyson Daniels. No, Dyson
Daniels.
Daniels. See, you don't even
See,
that man, you talking about averaging, he getting at least 3-4 steals a game.
He's averaging 3 steals a game and 20 points.
So yeah, this Clippers and Denver series, how you feel about this one though? Who you think taking this one?
That's gonna be a tough one as well because the Clippers have been playing really great ball lately. I mean, it's like Kawhi is almost all the way back now.
Mm-hmm.
But I think they're still gonna try to manage his minutes and to make sure that he can, last throughout the entire playoffs. Right. If he can last throughout the entire playoffs, especially this first series.
Yeah, they got to make it past this first. They got to make it past Denver first. You talking about the playoffs?
If he can last through this first series and they prevail, then there'll be a team that kind of you don't want to see.
Detroit versus New York Knicks.
Detroit is a young team, young and hungry. What's the guy name that plays for them? Cade
Cunningham.
Cunningham, yes. And the center that they got down there.
Cade Cunningham, Jalen Duren, and another. I think he's a guard, maybe a forward. Asar Thompson, one of the Thompson twins.
Yeah, right.
They have a solid team, like you said, but
they got a young team.
Cade is actually injured. He's hurt right now, and Asar Thompson. So I don't know how their injuries are gonna, last, or if they will be able to play this series, or at least in the first few games. But I mean, with them being out, that makes a big difference. In this.
Are they gonna be out for this first game? That's Saturday.
The first game, yeah, I seen. You know what I'm saying? As of now, it's still early in the week, so they could, headlines change or things, get better for them. But
yeah, depending on what type of injury it is.
Yeah, as of now, they're listed as being out on Saturday for Saturday's game.
And then with the Knicks, you got Brunson is balling.
Yeah, Brunson. He just came back. Actually, he been injured too. Just came back. Cat.
Yeah. But that combination of Brunson and Cat. Well, see, New York always had an issue with their bigs, and I don't know if Cat still is the right big for them. Cat can play his role. Everybody else has got to play theirs and not get out of control. I see that happening with the Knicks a lot. They always seem to be playing a great game, and all of a sudden it's helter-skelter. They're just doing anything instead of running the plays, they're just doing anything.
Yeah. Well, I'm not sure who would the right big be, but I mean, that's one of the players I choose to have on my squad.
Definitely.
Carl Anthony Towns.
But, I don't know what they're missing. It seems like they're missing something.
Maybe just the chemistry. Who knows?
Right, and then, they only been playing together, 3 months?
Yeah, this season.
Yeah.
Well, so far, I got the Knicks winning that one as well. Detroit is not
a pushover.
Yeah, you can't just walk over them, but I think New York handle the business. They should.
Yeah.
Last game of the night, Minnesota Timberwolves at the Los Angeles Lakers.
Ooh.
Now, I mean, that's another one.
Ooh.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna go ahead and just say it right now. I got the Lakers.
I got the Lakers myself.
I got the Lakers.
But
Minnesota is
a one-man show at the moment. And do you think Ant-Man can put the Wolves on his back, on his shoulder, to beat the Lakers? You think, just the energy alone that he has and his command of the game is enough?
Yeah, that's a big question mark right there. I mean, he's a, very solid player. I like him. But like you said, you can't just, it's a team sport.
Yeah, see, like last year when Minnesota played Dallas, Ant-Man was just wore out, exhausted every game because, it was like he had to, try to put his team on his back. And that's what you're supposed to do as a leader, as a great player. Do you think with LeBron being in his 40s now?
Don't matter. Don't matter.
Come on, let's get the question in, man. Do you think the Lakers should monitor his minutes to keep him fresh.
Well, I mean, I think the Lakers.
Should they match him up against a weaker player?
The Lakers will play the same ball they've been playing this whole time.
I don't think they'll change their game plan.
With LeBron and Luka. And then they have a few Austin Reeves, younger guys on the team as well. Rui. I mean, the Lakers, they solid.
They solid.
Especially adding a player like Luka. I mean, I don't want to say that they're going to win championship this year because I highly doubt that it's going to happen, but I can see it in their foreseeable future. They might make it close. I don't know if they actually get a ring with it, but
let's see.
I feel like they can go on a little playoff run.
Let's see. So they're what, third in the West? The Lakers. So they got OKC and Houston ahead of them.
Number 2, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they are third, and I believe Denver is fourth.
So it'll be interesting.
All right, Saturday slate. Like I said, I got the Lakers late night game. I can't really tell you, I can't really predict which games they're gonna win. I don't know. The game 1, they might come out there and lose, but I feel like they'll win the whole series.
Yeah, I think it'll go at least 5, maybe 6.
5? Think they gonna win 4-1?
It's a strong possibility.
They're gonna beat them. It is though. It is definitely.
But most likely it'll be 6 games.
Definitely is a possible, and anything is possible. Sunday is when we will see these number 1 and number 2 seeds play. Still, to be determined. Got to see how to play in with how to play in unfolds. But as I said, I do believe the Warriors would, beat the Grizzlies tonight. That's what I'm looking at, a Warriors-Rockets series.
Okay. And how the Rockets, I hadn't kept up with the Rockets this year. Mm-hmm. So how are they?
Well, they're number 2.
Yeah, so they got to be doing something right.
They solid. Rockets, I mentioned the Thompson brothers. Asar, one dude played for Detroit. His brother played for the Houston Rockets, and they balling. Rockets, another young team. I don't think that they ended the season as strong, but they definitely started hot.
Okay.
That'll be a good series though. Houston and Golden State. I don't know what.
Well, you don't know what Golden State you're gonna get.
I don't know how that's gonna go.
They only got really 4 players, and all of them are small. They don't have any big men.
Okay, so in the Eastern Conference on Sunday, number 2 seed Boston Celtics will face the winner of the Hawks and Magic game.
Oh, wait a minute. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So I'm thinking they'll face the Magic.
And it's actually crazy. This caliber, the team that this Boston Celtics have, I mean, in a series game of 7, or best of 7 series, of course I got Boston over Magic. But the Magic, Orlando has definitely been giving Boston trouble throughout these years. So who do you think will actually make it to the finals this year? What 2 teams do you see making it? Or what 2 teams do you want to see in the finals?
I'm seeing OKC on the West. And I flip a coin between Boston and Cleveland.
Boston. I flipped the coin. I caught it. I like to see Boston and OKC in the finals. That's my prediction. I won't even say my prediction, but yeah, that's my prediction.
Well, that gives Boston an opportunity to go for a 2-peat.
Yeah.
And it'd be a very, very good series.
The only thing is OKC, like strong caliber, great team, but for some reason in the playoffs, over the few years, past years, they just first round loss, one year I think they was in the play-in. They didn't even make it to the first round. I'm like, OKC, first round loss or the semifinal, second round loss, something like. I don't know, but this year I think this is the year. SGA playing phenomenal ball. I mean, seems like the team is better, more put together. Well, you already mentioned who you think should win the MVP. Yeah, I got SGA, man. Got my man SGA.
SGA gonna win it, but I put my vote in for.
We said the same thing with Lamar.
I put my vote in for Jokic.
I don't know. Go like Jokic,
Hey, did you notice something that's never happened in the NBA before?
What is that?
Happened this year. We had 3 players that made over 300 3-point shots. And guess who led the NBA in 3-point made?
I know, but I wouldn't have known if I didn't see it and hear about it early this man. Yeah, it's but you had to look at the amount of 3 points that he shot though. Anthony Edwards.
Right. The last game he hit 7 3-pointers.
He did that to make the record.
Right.
He hit 7 out of what? 20 shots? You know what I'm saying? It's crazy.
Yeah. And so you got Anthony Edwards with 320, Malik Beasley with 319, and Steph Curry with 311 3-point shots made. The next closest person was like 264.
Do you remember who that was? That last person?
Don't recall.
Okay. Yeah. It's definitely a lot of 3 points made.
So you think?
Just imagine how many attempts.
Do you think the players are getting better at shooting threes, or they're just taking more attempts?
They're just taking more shots.
Okay.
Definitely just taking more shots. I would think. I mean, I can't say that they might be, getting better individually, but
I see games where it's a 2-on-1 and the person will run to the 3-point line. This is a fast break.
that's what I'm saying. It's just taking a whole lot more 3-point shots.
Well, the Unrivaled Women's Basketball League, 3-on-3, just signed Paige Bucker to a 3-year deal, in which she'll make more money in the first year than her entire WNBA contract.
What's her deal with the?
I don't know the specific numbers, but it's over like $1 million a season.
Unrivaled.
Right. Yeah. The least amount of money that those players make is over 200-something thousand. But in the WNBA, the average salary is $74,000 if you've been in there for 3-4 years.
Exactly. Yeah. I'm not gonna lie. I mean, I feel like there's one thing that they should change though. Pro sport, don't matter what male, female. I mean, if you can play at that competitive level, at a high level, I feel like you should earn that paycheck.
Earn the money and find a way to get these women some money.
You see men making maybe $70 million. You just said what, 70,000?
Right.
It's crazy. Big difference.
All right. Well, Tigg, let me go get Lola, and we'll do this again next week.
Hey, hold your hands up, man.
Out of here.